I'd like to call Friedemann from the Berlin Startup Unit.
Hi
Friedemann,
there. Yes,
thank you for joining us, and the floor is yours. 3 minutes.
thanks a lot. Do we have the slides? Awesome. So, hi there, I'm Friedemann Lotz. I'm with Berlin Partner, which is the economic development agency of Berlin. And I'm super happy to be with you this morning to pitch Berlin. Next slide, please. Next slide. So I won't lie, Berlin has no beaches, and the average temperature is more like 9 degrees and not 20 like Tel Aviv. Next slide, please. So to be perfectly honest, this photo here is not entirely representative of Berlin's weather. However, I think it's fair to say that Berlin is a city that has that certain something. It's super liberal-minded, it's tolerant, it's cosmopolitan. Yeah, it's oh no, I kind of lost my so yeah, it's a very it's a very international city, and so 30,000 Israelis actually chose to live here for good reasons. We'll see about those reasons now. Next slide, please. So many people say that Berlin combines the best of many worlds. So at the same time, you have big city life, you have the buzz, you have the food, you have the interesting people and the clubs, if that's what you're into. And at the same time, it's a super green city. You have lots of lakes, you have lots of space. I mean, I'm saying this because I lived in Paris for the last 9 years. So this is really something that's great. The living costs are still reasonable compared to other European cities. Next slide, please. So I guess you've all heard that Berlin has a really vibrant tech ecosystem these days. So at the moment, you have like 4,800 startups and scale-ups. Another startup that's being founded every 5 hours or so. It's been ranked basically number 2 in Europe for the last a couple of years as the second best startup ecosystem in Europe. If we think about 2021, there's already been one super big exit, an IPO, more and more unicorns and scale-ups that are coming. So the tendency is really good. And on that note, the vertical urban farming startup or scale-up called Infarm, which was actually founded by 3 Israeli brothers in Berlin in 2013, just announced a big 100 million euro round last week. Next slide, please. If Berlin has really one main asset that stands out, it's the international and diverse talent. And so I'm not only talking about Tesla that's building its super big gigafactory in Berlin. It's really 2 key figures for you. The first is 42% of startup founders in Berlin are international, and also almost half of the staff in Berlin startups is international. So yeah, next slide. Next slide, please. So in terms of business opportunities, the good thing is that in Berlin, you have lots of tech hubs and innovation labs from all the big German corporates and Mittelstand companies. So it's in normal times super easy to reach out to these people and to find investors and also find interesting B2B contacts. And last slide, please. So if this rang a bell with you, please feel free to reach out to me, and so I can elaborate a little bit more on Berlin Partner and what we have to offer, the services that include looking for office space, looking for public funding for you, and helping you just navigate through the whole steps of expanding into Berlin. So thanks a lot for your attention.